Hey everybody, Chris here. Is Dogecoin and crypto crashing? What's going on? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out as well as when I do live streams. And we were tracking the liquidations happening during the Tuesday live stream. We'll follow up on that this afternoon on the Wednesday live stream. So join in. We'll be starting probably around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon East Coast time. So join in on the fun. Even though we have the prices going down, we still try and have fun with it. Look, we're still in a bull market. We're still in an overall bull market, and there are pullbacks that happen during bull markets. I'll show you that on the charts as well. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the news and the charts, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, and we are zoomed out at 34.8. We're looking at the weekly chart, and we're seeing this up and down action from the late December fall to the early January recovery, and now the second week of January. Again, a bit of a dump here. As predicted, if you saw my Dogecoin 2025 price prediction video, I did say we could have a dump the second week of January, and here we are. I don't know, I must be a genius. Somebody said on X that if anybody called for this dump, they're a genius. So I guess Chris Pax is then a genius. But overall, zooming out, it's not a bad picture overall. But then, and we still have this rocket out here, by the way, too. Bitcoin's in the same position here. Not quite as volatile again, because we do see that more with Bitcoin not being as volatile, trading up and down as Dogecoin. However, we look at the current 24 hours and we do see that on the daily that Bitcoin is in the red on the day, but Dogecoin is actually in the green. That's right. Dogecoin is holding up on the daily better than Bitcoin. And that doesn't happen too often. So I think that is showing, again, strong support just below 35 cents, as we talked about on live stream yesterday, that we would see a dip, most likely just going right below this orange line in order to pick up any limit orders that are down here, as well as flushing out leverage. That's right. That's what this is about. This drop that we had here was taking out all of that leverage, and I predicted down to 95.7, and we actually came down to 94.7 to even take out more leverage. And I posted that on X this morning, that this was the heat map chart. So this is Bitcoin diving down. And I said 95.7 was in play because we had these bright yellows here right at 95.7, took those out, and then early morning, Bitcoin dropped even lower just to take out more, hundreds of millions of dollars of leverage. So that's what this is about. And someone's asking, like, who is responsible for these declines? It's the exchanges, the market makers that they use do not want you to win on leverage trades. Again, that is what is happening. Look, Dogecoin slumps 10% amid Bitcoin slide to 96K with $560 million in long positions liquidated. That's what it is about. That's what it's about. And if this is freaking you out and you think this is a total market crash, maybe you shouldn't be trading in crypto, because this happens again. And as our friend Gel reminds us, he did just update his overall chart. This is his, 3-cycle chart showing bull markets, and in each bull market there are pullbacks. In this bull market, we've seen 22, 20, 22, 22, 32, and now a 15%. This 15% pullback is nothing compared to what we've already seen earlier in this Bitcoin bull market, and less than what we saw the majority of the 2021 bull market. And then you go back to the 2017 bull market right up here, and you'll see these 43, 40, 34, 40, 41. These were huge, huge pullbacks. Now, Bitcoin has a larger market cap now. We wouldn't expect to see a 40% pullback in a bull market, but it could happen. It still could happen. Mostly, I think, still on the back of these large leverage trades that the exchanges don't want you to win at. But Dogecoin loses 12% in a matter of hours. Not that bad. It's not that bad. You look at your portfolio and you're like, ugh, oh man, this is really bad. But then you look at the overall picture and you're like, if I take a look at Dogecoin and I zoom out a bit, yeah, we got the dancing Doge too. Even trying to have fun with the dancing Doge on TradingView. We're like, this isn't bad. I mean, we had this big run up here last week. We're just pulling back a bit, I think, until the next leg up. That's right. It's going to be the next leg up. Dogecoin dives 10%, but now compared to others, like these meme coins are down even worse. Rough day for Doge, but other meme coins, Bonk, AI16Z are faring even worse as the crypto market takes a beating. That's right. That's usually what happens is we see much larger pullbacks with a lot of the other memes, much more volatile. Dogecoin is not being as volatile as most other memes. Again, those are tokens though, and so those risk-on assets, whenever there's fear, they drop more, and maybe Dogecoin is starting to look more like Bitcoin, and as I said, is even now outperforming Bitcoin right now on the day, as opposed to going with these other memes. So Doge is the biggest loser among the top 10 cryptos by market cap, beating heavyweights like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, although that was earlier, and so far Dogecoin is showing a better recovery than those. Like I just showed, Doge is actually outperforming Bitcoin on the day. But what else is happening? We have WIF down 11%. We've got Floki, Brett, Giga, SPX 6900, Popcat up to 14 or 16% down. So again, this is crypto trading, so be careful. So what does Trader Allen say? So Trader Allen is saying, look, this is consolidation period here. And he says it's very similar to what happened in 2017. Right near the previous all-time high, we had this consolidation period before the next leg up. Could we be seeing that same thing happening? That consolidation, again, is a breather after a run-up and taking out that nasty leverage. That's what we see. Trader Allen also said, look, even compared to where we were in October, we had a bit of a run up, and then we sort of settled a bit on a shorter time frame, but he had this sort of ascending triangle that was forming here. A bit of a run up over, come back and retest, and then boom. That's right. And then it took off. Is this same formation happening here right now? This ascending triangle hitting tops and bottoms, move up over, and that's what we had in last week, early January. Now we're coming back and we're retesting that triangle point. Is this what is next? Interesting. And Mustache says, look, let's zoom out and let's look at altcoins. How are altcoins faring overall? And he says, look, back into last year, we saw the altcoin market cap actually going a bit down, is what we saw for December. Yes, December was kind of a red month for altcoins after that first move up at the beginning of December. Particularly right before Christmas, where we had that big dump. On a bigger scale, is this a reverse head and shoulders? Maybe a little bit. He's really looking more like this RSI though, and what's happening with these RSI dips, particularly what's happening right now with the RSI on altcoins. It is dropping below 30. So are we in that exact point where we're going to see the RSI shoot up, just as the prices shot up after these big dips? This is what we're looking at right now, and most likely we are going to see something that does a little bounce and then rise back up in price. Typical falling wedge with an inverse head and shoulders pattern. For those that like to do TA and look at those patterns, this is what is happening. So what could cause this? Particularly for Dogecoin, why you should expect a strong bullish move from the Dogecoin price after a 46% crash. Now 46 is like zoomed out all the way from the 48-cent high all the way down to 30. That was that 46%. But now, are we gearing up for a strong bullish move? So again, we've had a price crash. We could call it a crash, 46% from that 48% or 48-cent high we had in November. However, again, those pullbacks happen. We've seen them in the past. Overall, that's where we are. What is this going to look like going forward? And we talked about this yesterday on the overall view looking back to 2021. And we do have a similar formation happening. At the end of 2020, we had a first Dogecoin pump, and then we settled. And this is what is happening now. We had that November 2024 pump. Now we're settling. And again, it is a little choppy, yes. Again, leverage being taken out. That retrace, a little bit bigger this time. But is this the kind of move, these next two pumps coming, and why, again, I'm feeling bullish? I'm looking at, again, leading up to the inauguration January 20th, we could see an acceleration in price, particularly on Doge. But I think the rest of the crypto market, after all of these kind of the job fears, economic fears, what's going on with Trump and what is he doing and what's Elon doing, talking about like crypto versus US dollar and dollar inflation and all that, that's all FUD. That's all FUD. You have to, that's all short-term stuff. The bigger picture is still overall, we are in good shape overall on the chart. These kinds of pullbacks happen, and we're ready to move forward higher. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Is this a crash? Are you just selling? Is the Doge is dead? And all. I hear all those comments. I see them, and I get it. This is crypto, bigger picture, 4-year cycles. I think we're still going up. This is temporary. Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.